Attention, attention. We've had a report from the fire department that the bushfire front has shifted around and is threatening the school. Will all volunteer firefighters please report to the school immediately? Repeat, report. Backup vehicles not engaged in fighting the main fire could report to the school and pick up any volunteers at the church and the hotel.
Keep going, man. We're going to another front.
Come in, Chief. HQ here, calling Chief Webster.
Watch the tanker.
HQ calling Chief Webster. This is HQ calling Chief Webster. Come in, Chief.
Yeah, Webster.
Look, we've got a bit of a problem at the school, mate.
Say it again, please. What?
The school's on fire, Chief.
A school? Shit. Okay, pull back, will you? Pull back. The school. Come on, hurry. Stop.
Oh, you blokes from the Win the Lead Brigade. Come on, hurry up. We need you. Dennis, call Peter. Let's go.
Call the bloody school. Come on, we've got to get everything out from inside. Come on, fellas. Come on, hurry up, for Christ's sake. Oh, sorry, Reverend.
Oh, God.
gonna go off. My estate's gonna go off.
Listen, you'll get a unit as soon as one becomes free, and not before. Meanwhile, Mr. Anderson, why don't you just go and gun it? Gun it.
Lift it up on the roof. Keep the pressure up.
What's the extent of the fire west of here?
There are several fronts. Where are you calling from, sir?
The new development, damn it.
There's been a wind shift, but you should be safe there for the moment. Look, we hope we can get someone up there once the main front dies down, but right now every available unit's tied up.
What about the backups?
Half the helicopters are on the ground.
Well, why the hell aren't they here? Get them over here. Hello?
Hello?
What? You better handle this on the floor. Headquarters.
HQ calling Chief Webster.
That's what now?
Again, trouble up with new developments, Chief. Cut off just now. I think perhaps we should take a look at it.
Some fiction, a real place the new resort building. That's why it should never been built where it is. Let it go. Let it go.
You're luckier than you have any right to be.
Webster?
Ah.
Wasn't like making up a fool. See whether your place burns down before or after it's finished. You want to join?
Look, Webster, I'm a builder. I build. That's what I am, and that's what I do, and that's how I make my living. Now, what's your problem?
No problem.
Because all I want from you, Webster, is what everyone else up here in the mountains is entitled to: fire protection, property protection. And whatever you think of me or my property is irrelevant. Just do your job.
If you really want to see it, you need help. An expert. Yeah. A professional. You know what I mean? Professional.
Okay, right? You ready? Go. A professional. Hang on. Right back. Right back. Mr. Webster.
Thanks.
Okay.
Sophie McCann, a lawyer with Crown Insurance. I did telephone.
Yeah, sure. Russ,
Yeah?
another cup of tea.
How do you take it?
Oh, just milk, thanks. Oh, things seem a bit quieter than they have been.
Yeah.
The resort development. I mean, is it really possible that the whole place could have been burnt down?
More than possible. I guarantee it will one day. Guarantee it. Not that the fellow who's developing it can give a damn. Excuse me.
Sophie McCann, Crown Insurance. You're an American.
Yeah. You're not going to hold that against me now, are you?
I hear there's a lot of opposition to this development.
Well, people up here take a little time. The tourist board like it, though.
Yeah, but the forests and so on.
You took us on. You're not going to back out on us now, are you?
Oh, that wouldn't be up to me. But it does appear to me that you're not quite on schedule.
Well, there's been some problems with delivery, availability of the right materials, and so on.
And of course, you'd be in a lot better shape financially if the whole place did burn down.
Why do you say that?
Well, you're insured with our company for $10 million. But then you must know that, Mr. Anderson.
Boy.
Lose that, will it?
Come on, Hard. Spit it out. Little dream not on schedule. That much we already know.
Julian, if the material I asked for arrived when it was supposed to arrive, and the quantities I asked for, and the specification.
Howard, I will not go broke in the pursuit of your little dream. It's a hotel, not a palace. You'll get what I can afford. We're both in business to make money. That's something that occasionally escapes you.
Yes, well, that brings us to why I came here, Julian. Miss Sophie McCann from the insurance company came to the site this morning. She happened to mention that it was insured for $10 million. Is that true?
Sure it's true.
Why? I'm your partner. Tell me. Why don't you tell me? I mean, it's not worth a fraction of that. You know that.
It's a technicality. It's not important.
$10 million is not important.
Look, to borrow from a bank, you have to raise collateral. Collateral in this case is the insured value of the estate. Now, we used part of the money to build it, and the rest of it for other little projects here and there. You're sitting in one right now.
Does the bank know that?
Why should they know? They're worried too much already. Oh, Howard, stop looking like a virgin with this stick up your ass. It's all legal.
Mark.
We're a legitimate operation.
Juicy, cast off forward.
Legitimate operation.
Come on, hit that donk. Get out of here.
What a nice surprise.
Bye. I had no idea you were coming so early.
Good looking. You come here often?
I'm going up to the mountains tomorrow night.
Can I take you out to dinner tonight?
No, I can't. Steve and I are going out. I've got to practice my finals with Dr. Schaefer. I love you, Daddy.
Okay, who's next? You.
Hello, Bumbo. Hello, sweetheart. How are you? Hello, Clyde. Have a good Christmas. Have a Christmas. Have a good time.
If you play in the toilet, you're bound to get a little shitty. Come on, let's have some fun.
What's your business? Insurance. Lloyd's of London. Get me Crown Alliance Insurance, please.
Oh, Mr. Farley, I've been waiting for you.
Miss McCann, what is it? I'm in a hurry. I have a speech for the Chamber of Commerce luncheon today.
Well, there's something I need your opinion on.
Why don't you wait until after Christmas? We're all very busy.
No, not really.
Well, tell Miss Hart to put you in after lunch.
Thank you. Well, Miss Hart? 3 o'clock.
No, I'll hold on.
Do you know your way around the computer room?
Yes.
Well, I'll meet you there in 10 minutes. We've got work to do.
Charlie, the beer's on me.
Come on. Got half an hour. Let's punch up Blue Mountains Holdings. Yeah, it's insured for $10 million and the policy expires in 11 days. I wonder who owns the company. Yeah, I've met Anderson. An offshore corporation. That's owned by Julian Fane. He's just bought a $2 million yacht. That's right. Let's go back to Blue Mountains Holdings, okay? I wonder who did the building inspection of this. Have a look. S. Whittaker. Who the hell's S. Whittaker?
Search me.
Well, check the personnel records. Huh. Doesn't exist, eh? Okay. Punch up Percy W. Farley. Nothing exceptional there. Secretary Sarah Hart. Okay, let's have a look at her file. Her marital status, spouse's name Whittaker. Oh, that's impossible. Sarah Hart, Sarah Whittaker. I think we found our building inspector.
Miss McCann, as you know, there are many reasons why people might wish to insure uncommonly high, aside from intent to commit illegal acts. Look, Sophie, I have got the papers in front of me, but you can be sure that we're profitably co-insured on sound international markets. And another thing you can be sure of is that the company satisfied itself at the proper time that the property insured represented a good actual risk.
Well, with all due respect, Mr. Farley, you are talking to a lawyer and someone who knows certain facts. One, Blue Mountains Holdings' present policy expires midnight New Year's Eve. Now, so far, no new policy has been initiated or asked for. Two, Blue Mountains Holdings is insured for $10 million. I've been there. It's not worth close to that figure. Three, the insurance inspections were carried out, and they indicated that it's progressing on schedule, which is bullshit. Four, a certain S. Whittaker is the inspector consigned to Blue Mountains Holdings. Five, I think you and I know who S. Whittaker is. And she's not a million miles away from where we're sitting.
No.
Six, Blue Mountains Holdings has a mysterious 60% shareholder, an offshore corporation. Well, I think that's someone's idea of a little joke. In fact, an offshore racing syndicate. In fact, a boat owned by a certain Julian Fane, one of the people both you and I work for.
Wait.
Mr. Farley, you don't have to say a word. I'm a lawyer, and when it suits me, my oath is binding. But I do feel you could use a good lawyer, Mr. Farley.
see you in the foyer.
Oh, he didn't make an appointment. Now, come on, let's get out of this madhouse. Come on. That's him.
Excuse me, Miss McCann. Can you spare me a moment, please? I'd like to ask you a couple of questions. I beg your pardon, my name is George Engels, representing Lloyd's of London as underwriters.
I'm sorry, Mr. Ingalls, if you called my office and made an appointment.
Well, it's rather a delicate matter. How shall I put it? You see, you being, I understand, the legal wing of Crown Insurance and myself representing Lloyd's, it's essentially a matter between lawyers.
Well, I'd be happy to meet with you tomorrow morning. But what matters and concerning what policies, may I ask?
Co-insurance, Blue Mountains Holdings. I believe there's a hotel under construction.
Hello. Hi. Okay, I said we'll be there by 8. Bye.
Howard, hello. Steve Adams. Listen, I believe we share a common passion. Your daughter.
I'm sorry, Sergeant. Can I interrupt you for a second? I would like you to meet our local cop, Sergeant Owen Goodwin. This is Steve Adams, a good friend of mine. He's a friend of my daughter's. I couldn't resist it, John. It would be, I just want to say that it would be difficult to thank each and every one of you for your support and your help. So I won't. But I hope that this little mad get-together we have here is some sign of my appreciation to all of you. Thank you. Have a good time. Thing I've had to do in years.
I seen it. A brown van. More than once. After every fire. And it's local. Late at nights. A couple of times a week. Cruising past the pub, nice and slow. 2 people, I reckon. And one of them in bush firefighting kit. I tell you, no worries. It's the van and it's him.
A bush firefighter.
Thanks, Anderson. One of his lot. think that bugger would have seen enough of fires.
No, Curly, he's just heard enough of you.
No, it was a great night, Howard. Thanks very much. See you later.
Good luck to you. But unfortunately, in the Blue Mountains area, there are a number of fires already burning out of control. And in that area, there's a total fire ban. So, folks, please do the firemen a favour. Stay right away from that area. But now, it's time for some music on AAA, the big one.
You the gentleman looking for Sophie McCann?
Yes, that's correct. George Engels, Lloyd's of London.
Farley, Mr. Engels, General Manager.
That's Mitch.
Well, I'm surprised she's not his. Most unusual. Did you see her this morning? Look, I'm just stepping out for a bite of lunch, an early lunch. Perhaps you'd care to join me.
Oh, that's very kind of you. Are we anywhere near a restaurant called Arthur's?
Drink, perhaps, Mr. Engels.
No, I'll be fine. Not for me, please.
Is there somewhere you have to be?
No. I'm just trying to work out what time it is in London. I have this diabetes problem. I have to keep giving myself injections of insulin.
It's a real nuisance.
Yeah.
My brother has the same.
I'll be all right for a few hours.
What exactly brings you out here to the colonies, Mr. Engels?
One might say Lloyd's of London. The elusive Miss Sophie McCann, I understand, has all the information that I need. My word, that's fantastic.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, well, yes, cheerio.
bastard. You drowned it, didn't you?
Circa. Yes.
Not here. Come on.
Hi, Joe. How you going? Good, mate.
Keeping it pumped?
Yeah.
Give him heaps, man.
I've been trying to ring Mr. Favourite.
Yeah, you stay cool, all right? Everything's okay on our side. You stay cool, and everything will be all right.
I don't want to know about it. I don't want to know who it is.
Don't worry. It's an accidental death.
Oh, I won't worry. You worry. You send your man up there to make sure, you know.
It was the same man.
What?
One today, it's the same man.
Don't you have somebody else?
It's too late to start changing things now.
It's your problem, isn't it?
Yummy? Yummy?
Don't do that. This has to be wrapped up by the new year.
That's the place. No bloody fires. Thanks. Howard!
Yeah?
That fellow with your daughter. Who is he?
He's a friend. A good friend. That van is borrowed, Curly. You got that? Borrowed.
there, look.
Look out for Lloyd's of London. They were here today.
Come on, Steve. I'm just worried about Daddy. He'll be calling the apartment. Steve! I don't like it when you're like this.
Howard, how nice of you to drop in. Bit early for a morning drink, though, isn't it? Like some breakfast.
You seen this?
Yes, I read it.
What about that man from Lloyd's asking questions about the estate?
Lloyd?
He was having lunch with your, Mr. Farley yesterday.
Routine.
That's not routine, Julian.
All right, Howard, my dear Detective Howard. How do you see it?
Obviously to suspect arson, Julian. The girl said as much.
Has anyone actually accused you yet of being partner to fraud? Don't worry. To you and me, a great partnership. Charming.
Is he all right?
No, he's not all right.
Harley's sweating.
Never mind about them. Just get our end of it right. Now meet me on the odd Monday, kick off at midday. Unless, of course, your friend starts improvising, then forget it.
Good-looking young woman. And a good swimmer.
This world just seems so awful.
Miss Hendricks, I realize only too well how painful this must be for you. But if we're to find her murderer, you must help me. What do you know?
We're best friends. We did everything together.
We came from the same town. We went to the same school. And we went to university together. Sophie was always one for adventure and excitement. She, I know she didn't mean anything by this. It was just her way of exposing the system. A corrupt system.
What did you discover? You must tell me that.
She didn't mean anything by it. She wasn't going to take it any further. It was just Sophie being Sophie.
Mr. Engels, please. No, he doesn't work there. You might try Miss McCann's office, if you would.
Oh, without Sophie, oh God. Who's gonna drive the car?
Yes. Oh, Mr. Anderson, I was hoping that you would ring me.
When she went for a swim.
A drink after lunch, perhaps?
Just
All right,
before
2
she
o'clock
left,
at the Menzies?
we had an argument.
Fine, I'll be there.
And that was the last time I saw her. Oh,
Harold Larwood. Harold Larwood made them look very cheap. You must be Harold Howard, I beg your pardon, Anderson. George Engels, my name.
Oh.
Have a drink?
I just got a beer, thanks.
Yes, I see.
Yeah. Just what are you doing here, Mr. Engels?
George. Please, George. Call me George. Well, you're building a hotel and I'm building a dossier.
That really doesn't help me a hell of a lot. What kind of dossier, George?
Difficult, dear boy. Very difficult.
Now, look, I'm willing to lay my ass on the line here. I want to help you if I can. I've gotten into a mess here. And I want to cooperate.
My dossier is on your friend Julian Fane and several others.
Insurance fraud, right? They want to burn the hotel down?
So it would seem. But it's more than just stealing money from the insurance company. Julian Fane owns Crown Alliance Insurance. Or to be more precise, he is a major force in an outfit which calls itself the Olympic Corporation, and they own Crown Alliance.
Okay, so what's happening?
Well, nothing terribly illegal, nothing totally legal. These people do things that way. Until, of course, your hotel burns down because of arson. And that makes it illegal. By co-insurance, the practice of sharing the risk with a group of underwriters, they're attempting to swindle Lloyd's of London, and I happen to represent that group. Now, they need the services of a building contractor who appears, at least, to have a good name. Now, I wish I could be a little bit more flattering, but strictly speaking, anyone above a certain level of income is guilty of some offense.
All right, so what are we going to do about it? We're going to do something. Where do we start?
Meeting you puts me in a very difficult situation. On the one hand, at least from a moral standpoint, and even from an ethical one, I would do what I could to make sure that your hotel remains intact. But meanwhile, on the other hand, so that I can complete the appointed job that I'm here for, I'd be only too pleased to see it burned to the ground, preferably with your partner, Mr. Fane, holding the match.
Man, what are you up to?
Yeah, well, you wouldn't want to know about that.
Oh, no, I don't want to know about it. Nobody wants to know about that.
All right, Joe. I did it.
Did you?
Come on. What, do you think I'm crazy, do you? Yeah, well, I'm not that crazy.
There's someone heading our way, and I want you to dissuade him.
No, I don't know if I want to do that.
Baby, listen, you're my man. I've gone all the way with you.
One there. Hey, Spider. Going back to Wentworth. Can I give you a lift?
I'm here.
You know you young fellas drive a van, a brown one?
Eh?
I keep seeing it. It's him. It's a fella with a brown van. I reckon he's one of your lot. A fireman.
Curly, you're not a bad bloke. But if ever I hear you say anything like that again, you're a dead bloke. Do you understand that?
I'm right, ain't I, Spider? Spider? Ain't I?
I'd like to see some of your lists of dates and times, you know, records of rainfall, daily temperature, prevailing winds, cloud cover, and perhaps bushfire activity. I study that kind of thing. Howard? Most impressive.
Hello, George.
If I could persuade my wife to get into an airplane, we could come here for a holiday. Better than Bognor Regis. I found out a few things. I've checked all the records that date back to the recent series of fires. That's to say, taking into account only the ones that were suspected of having been deliberately lit. And a pattern seems to be emerging. The fires start close by a main highway. My second fact is that they are first sighted between 12 noon and 2 p.m. And finally, our chap lights all his fires on a Sunday. Now, you and I know that only one Sunday remains between now and the New Year, and that's Christmas Day.
Christmas Day. Uh-huh. here? Peter Webster? Christmas. Need your help. I think you need my help, too.
Yeah?
We got an arsonist on the loose up here, we know that. You know his habits? Starts fires on Sunday. Christmas is Sunday.
Fellow?
Somebody's gonna start a fire this Sunday and try to burn my hotel down.
I just put him out, pure and simple. I don't know how to prevent him.
Howard, the fact that you're a partner with Julian Fane in one venture does not make you an accomplice to any
Keep at it.
To any infraction of the law he may be guilty of elsewhere. Your liability is limited to what you do or condone being done for you. Now, in short, as lawyers to this project, I feel that the less you know, the better.
I can't pretend nothing's going on, Clyde.
Well, just what do you think?
Hey, Lance, how long?
About 5 minutes. Why do you think something's going on
Well,
anyway?
it's obvious something's going on, Clyde. The lady said as much.
No.
What the hell's the difference?
Look, Howard, look, you run the risk of making yourself a party to something you don't even understand. Until someone starts making accusations against you, you'll be a fool to start volunteering them yourself.
That's pretty close to what Julian Fane tells me.
Look, Howard, I didn't drive all the way up here to...
It's a long way back. Better get started. Shit.
Pas op voor de wortel.
Zegt u, meneer?
Water. I don't believe we've been properly introduced. I can't seem to place the face. We were driving down a place called... Aha!
Still breathing, huh?
Oh, yes. I heard.
No. You got anything on that?
No, just this brown van that Curly keeps talking about.
No man, no description of the guy.
I just did a fake show.
Is there a Mrs. Anderson?
Yes, indeed. Beautiful lady, too, George. Unfortunately, it's an old familiar story. I returned from a tour of duty to be presenter of the backsides of my countrymen, Bill from Internal Revenue. A beautiful baby girl on the side of my wife leaving through the front door. She was still young. I'd grown old. Well, my life went into a holding pattern. Well, I got to know Maggie. Tried several times unsuccessfully to get back into the construction business. So I migrated here. I had bought this site on one of the trips here. We used to resupply. And that brings us pretty much up to date, George.
Why here?
Well, I think a man can dream here and still fulfill his dreams. Be it in my case, perhaps. Short-lived? Well.
Country cottage. You like it, Howard?
George, you can stay at my house. You'll be safe there.
Nobody's going to be particularly safe. Remember, Sunday begins at midnight tonight. I don't want our boy to steal a march on us. He may be an insomniac. That occurred to you. At any rate, I'm sure that he's not suffering from an excess of sleep.
You all just make yourself right at home, all right, George?
Much obliged, chum.
This is home. There's the sign, baby.
Present the magnificent.
It's your papa. It's your papa.
Holly and the ivy, when they are both full grown.
Hiya, George. How are you, George? Merry Christmas, George.
Oh, thank you very much. You're very kind.
You're welcome.
Australian champagne, just when I was getting to like the beer.
George, I'd like you to meet my daughter, Maggie, and friend Steve.
Hi.
See you later, George.
Sing glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and mercy mild. Good and sinners reconciled.
Daddy, what's worrying you? It's the hotel, isn't it?
I'm into business with these people with my eyes open. Told myself it didn't matter if they cut corners as long as I didn't have to. Keep telling yourself that, and soon it's your turn. But then, well, the long and short of it is, tomorrow.
I'm not even halfway finished with the thing.
Really?
Yeah.
He's got lots of problems.
What sort of problems?
Material people, contracts, deception.
How can you stop that?
Well, you can't even spot it, mate.
Oh, you can spot it. Somebody who's too secret, too quiet.
Or if they joke or laugh too loud sometimes.
No. The essence of true deception is, well, it's the truth. It's the plain and simple truth. It's the only way. Yeah, well, because nobody ever believes you.
Come on, give me a glass.
Who's going to say grace?
Grace!
I remember when I was little, you used to talk about God.
Yes, I did, but you were never...
God. God, there's nothing in the past.
What's your problem, Steve?
Fellas, Christmas. Goodwill.
Yeah, goodwill and a little trust.
Trust? What are you doing?
He's a dancer.
Dancer? I thought you were in a recording business. You were an engineer or something like that.
No, I'd like to promise.
Look at me. How do you see me?
Lover.
Child, why'd you say that? What do you mean you like fires?
I was being silly.
I was being silly. You're paranoid.
It's the fires.
Well, I think they're very beautiful.
What's it do for money?
You can see the music. I guess he doesn't have any.
What about family?
He's
yes, and got me.
You see, what it amounts to is a question of what sort of a legacy is to be passed on. My generation, the old guard, what's left of it, we inherited a world that needed to be rebuilt after 2 world wars. Well, you went to work with gusto, achieving, building, hoarding, plundering, and all the time keeping it close within our grasp. And your lot, our children, looked at our record and you said, that's not for us. You were generous, egalitarian, thoughtful, and you tried as best you could to salvage the planet. But then, when your children looked to you for guidance, instead of parents, they found pals. They mistook your compassion for weakness, your generosity for acquiescence. For them, if it feels good, do it. If it's there, take it. If it gets in the way, burn it. Hence our arsonist. Merry Christmas, Howard.
Merry Christmas, George.
Yes, in such sections. Well, that's the truth. A professional. No, I like fires.
It's being silly. It's the fires.
Well, I think they're very beautiful.
It's him. It's him, the boy, Steve.
I know that. I saw him yesterday.
Jesus, man, why didn't you tell me?
It's still a question of trusting you, old boy.
Let me get it off.
You want to burn it? Yes! You want to burn it, huh? It's gonna burn!
dark, Anderson. I thought they might have let you build it.
God! God!